Thousands of survivors, elders, and their family members gathered on the site of a former residential school in Alberta on Monday. This is where the leader of the Catholic Church delivered a long-awaited apology on Canadian land for the role the Roman Catholic Church played in residential schools. He delivered the address while visiting the site of the former Ermineskin Indian Residential School. Indigenous leaders say an apology is a start to working toward healing a past that won't be erased. Well, joining us now to share his perspective is Mr. Bruce Allen, Resolution Health Support Worker at the Indian Residential School Survivors Society. Mr. Allen, thank you again for joining us. I know you're returning from the papal apology at Masquachese, Alberta. We really appreciate your time today. So let's start with your thoughts on this apology itself, Mr. Allen. What do you think about it? Was it missing anything, or do you think the Pope covered the entire role the Catholic Church played in the residential school system?
I think he did cover a lot of the grounds. It was well scripted. And he pretty sure he covered all the bases, but I think when we talk to survivors, they want to see action that should follow. So for myself, I think this apology is not overdue. Elders and many people have been waiting for many years. My dad never got to see the apology. He went through the residential system. Didn't survive it. So, I'm thinking of all those people that I know, others that I know. It'd be nice to have them hear it. But longer than that. So it's long overdue. He said, start. And we'll see what comes from it in the next few months, years probably.
There's a lot to keep our eyes out for. Now, as you said, there still needs to be action that needs to be taken. And a lot of Indigenous people, or Indigenous leaders rather, are saying that this is just a start. So what kind of steps or what kind of path should the Catholic Church take in particular in terms of reconciliation?
Well, I think they need to open up their vaults that has all the information. They've always withheld a lot of the documents and records, things like that. So I think they really need to be open about it. And restitution, I think the Catholic bishops promised some compensation for survivors, but I think it's going to take a lot more than just survivors. I mean, compensation. We need to do healing on both sides with the church in itself, and they can do that by taking responsibility and being accountable for you can say centuries with Indigenous peoples in Canada.
Now, considering that you yourself attended a residential school, Lejack Residential School, and you're an intergenerational survivor through your grandmother and through your father, the Pope here is asking for forgiveness in the Church's role of the residential school system. So from your own perspective, do you forgive the Church for its role in the residential school system, Mr. Allen?
It would take a lot, It'll take more than the apology to get to that place of forgiveness. I know forgiveness is really important. It does release the forgiver of what has gone on. And I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. We still have a lot of ways to go.
We've got a long road ahead towards reconciliation, and unfortunately, we are running out of time, Mr. Allen, but we need to continue this conversation on Forum Daily. Mr. Allen, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll hopefully get you back on the show very soon.
Thank you.